Hi, my name is Grace Speroni, and welcome to Conversations with the ERC5. Today, I am delighted to have with me a new business owner, Abrah Gonzalez from Homeland Insurance. Abrah, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me.
It is such a pleasure to have you here with us today. It's always so exciting to have a new business owner.
Yeah.
And welcome. Tell us
so much.
more about Homeland Insurance and what led you on this journey.
Yeah, so Homeland Insurance is located out of Wilbraham, Mass., just down the street.
Mm-hmm.
I came on as an agent a few years ago. Prior to that, I was in the social work field and decided to make a career change. Really never looked back afterwards. I love what I do. And recently, I had the opportunity to purchase the company from one of the owners that was retiring, and so really took that opportunity. It's a great company, and now we're just working on growing it and continuing to build what we have already started.
Continuing to help people.
Yeah, exactly.
Seems to be a good fit for you because you came, as you said, from social work.
Yes.
Where you're listening to folks and you're helping them find solutions. And you have to be doing the same thing with insurance, right?
There's a lot of skills that translate, definitely.
I can only imagine. Yeah. Well, for me, I think in the insurance world has become very complicated.
Yes.
You know, you watch all the commercials on TV, and then you hear bundles, and there's so much that goes with it. How do you stay on top of all the changes that are happening and programs?
Yeah, I think it's just making sure that we educate ourselves regarding those changes, that we should really, as an agency, be aware of those changes so that we can then explain and share that information with our clients. One thing that's really important to us is that our clients understand their coverage. They understand what that means, what is covered, what isn't, and also all of those different smaller areas of coverage that they may not understand or don't know the definition of what that would cover or what that is. So,
right.
And
you don't want over coverage, right? So you've got to be able to have a good rapport.
Yes, exactly.
With your agent, so that maybe you're not paying too much for one type of coverage and maybe not having enough.
Yeah, and it's really all about the conversation. It's just being able to have a conversation with your agent and being able to explain what your needs are, the agent from their perspective, what they think is important just from their own experience, and that you can find something that works best for the client.
Mm-hmm. So you mentioned you're down the street from here, right on Main Street in Wilbraham, in the executive real estate property, which is, I thought, what a fantastic fit. Because when you're looking for your home, you're right there.
Exactly. And we really work interchangeably together to make sure that clients have the best support in terms of purchasing homes, but also in terms of their insurance needs. And as a team, as agents, whether in real estate or insurance, we work collaboratively together to make sure that we know, all the new things that are coming out and all the different changes in the industry, and that we can support each other with clients as well.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So you each elevate each other's business.
Exactly, yeah.
So before we went on, we were just talking, and something that you mentioned was like these programs for young homeowners or someone who's getting their first car. Can we touch on that just a little bit?
Yeah, there's a lot of different programs and different ways to support new drivers, whether or not be looking at maybe their family's insurance and how they might fit within that or what they would need. Driving school is also one that's often a discount for young drivers. And yeah, it really kind of depends on the individual. And like I said, just really being able to have that conversation and saying, this is kind of what we're facing. This is what we want to do. And how can we make this happen and get the best rates, but also ensure that we have the correct coverage.
Yeah, I think that's fantastic. Because, you get your driver's license and now you've gotten a car. And then there's like, oh, now I got to insure this car. And it can be so hard as a young person. Maybe this is the first time you're buying a policy. Exactly. So having someone that can guide you through that so that you can, continue to thrive and get a job and drive to that job and still be insured and, making your own money. This all helps them get started.
Insurance is crucial, and being able to drive and get back and forth to a job, things like that are very important. And that's actually one of the things that as an agency initiative that we have for this year is to get involved more with the schools, help young people understand their insurance scores, help understand the coverage, and things that they can look out for in order to ensure that a few years down the line they don't have issues or they're not running into premiums that are beyond what they're able to afford.
And that's so key.
Yeah.
We recently had our legislative breakfast, and we had students speak to us. And that's something that they asked for. They asked how could we provide them with information so they could be more financially literate and understand.
And we would love to help with that. I mean, that's something definitely, it's my social work part of me that really wants to make sure that we are educating the community, that they're understanding what insurance entails and their insurance score. Often people don't know that they have an insurance score that's similar to a credit score specific for insurance, and
that
unpaid
affects
premium, any of those kind of things, closing and opening policies that can all affect your insurance score, which can definitely elevate, the premiums and make things challenging.
See, I never realized that.
Most people I didn't
that
before
you
I did
had
insurance.
an we're all on top of our credit score, right? What is
Exactly.
it? And knowing it. I didn't know that also applied in the insurance world. So see, something else I've learned. And don't worry, I've already added your name in my head to our committee. So I'm looking forward to working with you in providing our high school seniors, juniors with the information that they need, that they requested.
Yes, definitely.
So that was phenomenal. I was super excited about that. So how do you see Homeland Insurance moving forward? What does 2024 look like for you?
Yeah, so we have a couple of initiatives. The one that we discussed with trying to support in the high schools and helping educate the young people. We also recently have expanded our carriers, and that includes providing state insurance. So we can now provide state insurance for home, auto, and for commercial, which is just with the changing landscape, just felt like the right thing to do to ensure that all of our clients can have their needs met. And we also recently opened up a commercial division and have a wonderful agent over there in West Springfield who's running our commercial division. She's been in the field for over 20 years. And so we've been able to really support
her work.
Yeah, her work and just some of the businesses that may be more difficult to place in terms of, what kind of industry they're in. And she's excellent. So that's really exciting. So we're trying to expand that and help grow that. And that's just making sure that, we provide high quality service to our clients and that our team is supporting the community.
And that's key to everything is the service. I think so anyhow. I'm all about the service and the relationship that I build with the people that I choose to work with, which is why I feel so strongly about shopping local, doing business local in the community. And I'm not meaning to knock anyone, but when you hear those big names, you're just getting all of their products. So Homeland, I'm getting you, Abrah, that I build a relationship with, so that if I have questions or I have to file a complaint, but a claim, I have to file a claim. Sometimes how you word things is important. And it's wonderful to know that I can call Abrah. She's on the East Coast just as I am, and I can get a hold of her and talk to her. And it's also good to know that if I call you, you can shop for me other
so we work with a variety of different carriers.
Companies.
Yes, we can shop it around. And one thing that we recently did too, which was really important to me, was that we ended the servicing through the carriers directly, and instead we are now utilizing our own service coordinators. So we have a full-time service coordinator and a full-time office manager. So when you call, we are all there in the office together. We're all collaborating. They're trained by me. So the level of service and the support for the clients now translates across the 8 company. So that's really important. That was something that was really important to me as a new owner.
Well, it's important to me that I'm getting you on the phone. And I think that's true for so many people.
Yes.
It's important to us that we're getting someone that's local, that knows, hey, I just slipped on the ice, as opposed to speaking to someone on the West Coast who's like, what do you mean ice? It's a sunny day.
Yes.
You know, it's just, I think that makes a world of difference.
Definitely, yeah. And when it comes to claims and things like that too, just having someone that you can discuss it with to ensure that, you know, the claim would be supported, that we make claims that are relevant so it doesn't negatively affect you later. I mean, all of that is a conversation and one that we have on a regular basis with our clients.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because claims are a challenge to navigate.
Yes. Oh, yes, definitely.
You know, I know many years ago when I had my business, we had a fire in the building we were in, and so many of us were displaced. And I was forever grateful to my insurance provider who came down and navigated everything for me. While I was just focused on, oh my gosh, what do I do next? He was walking me through and helping me with everything that needed to be done.
And that's so important because you can sell a policy, but it really, the proof in your ability to be an agent is really when things are more difficult or when that client needs you to come back and provide that support. Are you present and helping them? Because it can be very overwhelming. I mean, especially whether it be a car accident or it be a loss in your home, there's a lot of other factors in that. So if you can have an agent who's supporting the insurance aspect of it.
That makes a world of difference.
Yes.
Because as the homeowner, the person who's filing the claim, I'm in an emotional state. And I may not be thinking clearly and asking the right questions. But isn't it fantastic to have someone like you by my side to say, I've got this for you, Grace?
Exactly. Take a piece of that away from you having to be responsible for all aspects of it. And it's a lot to navigate. And honestly, you're really not expected to have to know every ins and out. That's the reason why you have an agent.
There you go, because you're my expert.
Exactly.
So you're the person I'm going to. Thank you so much for joining us today. This was wonderful. So for our viewers who are tuning in and they want to know more about Homeland Insurance and how you can help them, what's the best way for them to get in touch with you?
Yeah, so they could call our office directly at 284-4747, or we have our website, Homeland Insurance, if you want to check us out and check out our agents. And anyone is always more than welcome. Swing by for a cup of coffee over at 380 Main Street in Wilbraham. We're always there as well.
Wonderful. I'll be stopping in soon.
Awesome. That would be great. We'd love to have you.
Thank you so much for joining us, Abrah. This was such a pleasure.
Thank you.
And thank you for tuning in for today's Conversations with the ERC5. If you would like to be the next guest on our podcast, please go to our website, ERC5.com, and you can sign up there and be the next guest here at Stonegate Studios in Wilbraham.